Most men collapse into the evening. They pour a drink, open their phone, and quietly hand the rest of their day to whatever noise comes first. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, and he still found time at the end of every night to sit alone, reflect, and deliberately rebuild himself for tomorrow. That's the difference between a man who's reactive and a man who's forged. Tonight, we build the second one. You already know the morning matters, but here's what most men miss. The evening isn't where you rest, it's where you recalibrate. The Stoics understood something modern neuroscience has only recently caught up to. Your mind doesn't close a chapter just because the sun goes down. Whatever you leave unexamined at night, you carry into tomorrow, unprocessed, unresolved, heavier than it needs to be. Marcus Aurelius knew this. His meditations weren't written in the morning, they were written at night, often during war, often under unimaginable pressure, as a private act of self-correction, not performance, not journaling for an audience, just a man holding himself accountable in the dark. These 5 habits aren't rituals for comfort, they're tools for discipline. Let's get into it. 1. The Evening Audit. Seneca wrote, "Let us examine our actions before they solidify into habits." But he didn't mean journaling your feelings. He meant standing yourself before a mental court and asking 3 sharp questions. What did I do wrong today? What did I do right? What could I have done better? This is the practice Epictetus called prosody, watchful attention to oneself, not self-pity, not a performance review. Honest inventory. Think about the man who snapped at his wife during dinner. He replays it as, "She pushed me." That's abdication. The Stoic replay is, "I had a choice. I chose poorly. Tomorrow I choose better." That single reframe, done nightly, compounds into character over a year. Spend 5 minutes, no phone, no screen, and answer those 3 questions. Write nothing if you don't want to. Just answer honestly out loud if you need to. The point is to close the loop before sleep seals it shut. 2. Strip away what wasn't real. Here's something uncomfortable. The Stoics practiced a nightly ritual they called Melete Thanatou, meditation on death. Before sleep, Marcus would remind himself, this might be the last night. Not to be morbid, to be awake. Marcus wrote, "Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life now. Take what's left and live it properly. When you genuinely sit with the possibility that tomorrow isn't guaranteed, something cuts through the noise immediately. The petty argument you're still angry about, does it matter? The status game you've been playing, is that really what you want to spend your remaining time on? This isn't pessimism. It's a precision tool for prioritization. The man who lives like he has forever procrastinates like he has forever. The man who touches mortality nightly moves differently. Before you pick up your phone tonight, pause. Ask, if tonight was it, did I live today in alignment with what actually matters to me? One honest answer, no performance required. 3. Release what you cannot control. There's a reason men lie awake at 2 a.m. replaying meetings, arguments, news cycles, other people's decisions. We were never trained to let go. We were trained to keep grinding, even mentally, long after the workday ends. Epictetus had one foundational principle above all others, the dichotomy of control. Some things are up to us, some things are not, and the path to freedom, real freedom, is learning to drop the second category like a stone. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Here's the raw truth. The man lying awake stewing over his boss's opinion of him, the economy, whether his ex has moved on, he is torturing himself with things he cannot move by 1 millimeter through worry. Every hour spent there is an hour stolen from the self-mastery that actually changes his life. Marcus governed an empire. Plagues, invasions, betrayals, he still slept because he had practiced drawing a hard line between what he was responsible for and what he wasn't. That line isn't weakness, it's structural engineering before sleep. Take everything weighing on your mind and force a binary. Is this in my control or isn't it? For everything in column 2, consciously release it. Say it if you have to, this is not mine to carry tonight. Your nervous system will follow. 4. Set tomorrow's intention before you sleep. There's a passage that opens Marcus Aurelius's meditations that most people skip past. Every morning he reminded himself, Today I will meet people who are difficult, ungrateful, deceitful. People read that as pessimism. It is the opposite. He wrote it the night before. This is Premeditatio Malorum, premeditation of adversity. The Stoics didn't just react to difficulty, they briefed themselves on it in advance, so when it arrived, they were already standing. Picture a man who goes into a difficult conversation unprepared. He gets rattled, says something he regrets, loses ground. Now picture the same man who spent 2 minutes the night before asking, "What's the hardest thing I'll face tomorrow, and how do I want to respond?" Different man, same situation. Identify one challenge waiting for you tomorrow, one difficult person, one moment you know will test you. Rehearse your response, not obsessively but deliberately, then close the file. You've briefed yourself, you're ready, now rest. 5. End with gratitude, but not the soft kind. The word gratitude has been softened almost to the point of uselessness. Vision boards, gratitude journals with motivational covers. That's not what the Stoics meant. Stoic gratitude is harder. It's what Marcus called Amor Fati, love of fate. Not just accepting what happened today, but seeing it as the exact training ground you needed. The loss, the embarrassment, the failure, the moment you fell short, all of it. Marcus wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame, and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." Here's the shift. The man who ends his evening, resenting the day that was given to him, goes to sleep contracted, bitter, smaller. The man who ends by acknowledging even one hard thing that made him stronger, that man wakes up with fuel. This isn't toxic positivity, it's strategic orientation. You're pointing your mind toward the evidence that you can handle what's coming because you handled what came end every night with one true thing. Not, "I'm grateful for my coffee." Something real, one difficulty from today that you faced, absorbed, and survived. That's your evidence. Stack it nightly. Watch what it builds. Marcus Aurelius was not born a philosopher king. He was forged into one, night by night, reflection by reflection, honest inventory by honest inventory. He didn't have a productivity app. He didn't have a therapist. He had these 5 disciplines, and he used them relentlessly. The audit, the mortality check, the release, the premeditation, the stoic gratitude. You don't need the perfect evening. You need a consistent one. Pick one of these tonight, just one, and do it. Before you sleep. Do it again tomorrow. Do it until it's not something you do, but something you are. The morning routine builds you. The evening routine preserves you. Together, they close the loop that most men leave open their entire lives. If you haven't watched the morning routine video yet, it's linked right here. And if this helped you, share it with a man who needs it. One of these habits, quietly applied, can change the entire direction of someone's year. I'll see you in the next one. Stay disciplined.